What's going on, guys? Today I'm flying out the Japanese premium Focke-Wulf 190 A-5. For those of you who are participating in the summertime madness, you can get this plane for free right now. Now it's not going to be easy, of course, but you've got a little bit of time left to reach the goals and get this plane. Now, if you don't do the summertime madness, you can still buy this plane. I bought it several months ago after I purchased the Ace Advanced pack, and I think it's totally worth it. I don't recall what the price of the plane is, but I would guess it's somewhere in the 1500 Golden Eagle range. Now, if I knew how much the plane cost, I would tell you right up front, but I honestly don't know. The plane, after you purchase it or win it, it doesn't display its price tag anymore. And yeah, I could look at some website somewhere and say it's 1400 Golden Eagles or 2000 Golden Eagles or whatever, but those websites aren't always up to date. And Gaijin tends to change the prices every now and again. The Japanese team is made up of just about everything. There's Ki-84s, there's A6M3s, A6M5s, there's more of these premium Focke-Wulfs, even some Ki-61s. Meanwhile, we're up against the Americans as well as the British. It's a combined forces match here. So most of their aircraft is Spitfires, Typhoons, and the American part of the Air Force is primarily made up of P-51s, which is definitely a concern because they have a lot of 50 caliber machine guns. Now, this match, we're only a few minutes in, and we're already up to over 4 kilometers. This is about where you want to be by now, just as you're coming upon the land down there. You can see it. If you're at 4 kilometers by now, you should be in good shape. Ideally, you want to climb up to between 5 and 6 if you're going to deal with P-51s, because the P-51s tend to climb off to the side quite a bit, and I honestly didn't know that coming into this. I don't play this map very often. I actually don't fly the Focke-Wulf very often for the Japanese. I used to fly all the time because I had to research Japanese planes, so you need research points. And right now, I got every aircraft except for the Sabre. I don't have the Sabre only because I don't have the Lions right now. That's actually a good reason to fly this plane, because you can use it to get those Silver Lions. Right now I'm diving on this Spitfire. It's very early in the match. It's a bit premature, to be honest with you. This is actually one of the strengths of this plane, is diving. I just wrecked that guy. He lost tail control, but he didn't go down. Meanwhile, there's this Typhoon right in front of me, but I can't quite get my guns on him. Now, the guy that I wrecked, who didn't go down, he's being pursued by another Focke-Wulf. Kill assist, even though I took his tail control. I only got a kill assist. That sucks. Like, people are so greedy sometimes. Some of those shots are awfully close, but they're just off, just by a little bit. Right now, that Typhoon's getting swarmed. There's nobody else really low over here. There's this FW190 Corsair, but he's being pursued by an A6M3, and it looks like he's about to get shot up pretty good here shortly. So I just leave him to die. Meanwhile, the Typhoon is still alive. I have no idea how. Of course, look up, and P-51s and Typhoons are all above us. So screw that. I'm not going to climb right now. My engine's overheated right now, 215 Celsius. I'm really not in a good position to climb. If they see me climbing, they'll notice. And any competent pilot will know that a climbing plane is slower than a plane that is at flying a level flight or in a dive. And obviously I don't want to be anywhere near this area when I climb. And by the looks of it, there are a lot of aircraft up there. So I'm gonna go over here and try to finish off this Typhoon. I have no idea how I got that hit. And the kill. In my opinion, I didn't even hit that plane. I thought the plane was too far to my right. But apparently a stray shot hit him. With nobody else in the area, I'm just gonna shoot a couple of ground targets. This is actually a good way to grind this plane, or Alliance actually, believe it or not. You can actually go into some of the maps that have a ton of AAA and artillery. And because this is a premium plane, you can just shoot the crap out of these little targets, and you can actually work up a pretty good amount of lines and research points. Obviously, it's not as fun as shooting down another aircraft, but it's still something that can actually pay off quite literally. And again, getting back to what I was mentioning about the climbing and being recognized as a slow plane, I'm just going to head back to base. I'm going to rearm, refuel, and let my engine cool down. My engine's already running hot, and you may have noticed a little change there with the video. I had a little malfunction with my recording software, so it stopped recording, and I didn't even notice it. I don't know if I was taking a screenshot or something and I hit the wrong button, or I don't know what happened. All I know is it stopped working, and I didn't have this part of the game. So I went into the War Thunder replay system and I recorded this from that. And those of you who are familiar with the replay system know that it's not as detailed as the regular view that you get in a live game. Planes don't appear as well, and you also don't get the radar and chat on all that kind of stuff. Those of you who saw my Kai 200 video from a few days ago will probably recognize this map, and you definitely will recognize this this runway. This is the runway that I got shot and killed on. I'm not really damaged at all, so landing this isn't a very difficult thing. Of course, Focke-Wulf's a lot easier to land than a Kai 200. I swear, there's almost a curse with a Kai 200 when it comes to landings. I have to say, it's pretty nice not having another jet shooting at you when you're trying to land on this thing. In that Kai 200 video, I had I think it was a shooting star that was strafing the runway at the time. Some of the shots came awfully close to hitting me. I'm just saying. And in the live video, there actually was a shot that hit me. It wasn't a very damaging one. It was just a 7.7 round machine gun. But it's just one of those things that makes you wonder what the hell they were thinking. Anyway, we're back in the air. We actually get an air respawn on this map with the Focke-Wulf. It's pretty nice not having to take off again. It'd be an interesting way to troll someone who was strafing the runway. You know, you finish repairing just as they approach the runway, and all of a sudden you disappear into a respawn. I know the replay file doesn't show this very well, but before I had successfully landed the plane, when I looked behind me, I could see that my teammates had dove, thus forcing the Typhoons and P-51s to follow them low. Now, my hope is to actually catch them while they're still low, before they've had a chance to climb up to altitude. Now, I'm getting some messages in the battle the battle log showing that they're low over here by the cargo ships and tanks. There's Mustangs over here, and I can see something flying around. It's impossible to make it out, but if I remember correctly, it was a P-51 that's flying around low, and he ends up leading me right back to where his friends are, all of whom seem to be low over by this little runway. You can see there's a little runway just below my aircraft nose. You can see it peeking out right there. And then behind that little runway that's right in front of me, there's like a little ridge. There's a series of ridges, and in between that ridge there's like a little valley where medium tanks and other ground forces exist. And that's where they've got a couple of aircraft that are trying to rack up ground kills. They're over there hiding. P-51 just got shot down by one of our destroyers, so that's obviously great news for us. Meanwhile, there's this Typhoon that's awfully low and slow. He's climbing. I got a great shot on him, but he ends up bailing. That would have been, I believe, my first kill of the match. But no, kill denied. You know, fair enough. Here's that little valley that I was talking about. The game looks awesome, even with my low end video card. This game looks awesome. Here's a premium P-51 Mustang. He gets shot. He's down, pilot unconscious. The guns on this thing are awesome. One of the reasons this plane works so well is the guns are just amazing. Because you get cannons, this plane works also very well in arcade. I made a lot of money in arcade. P-50 or P-47's down. I think it's got obliterated by these 20mm cannons. There's one more over here. It's an F-W190 Corsair with the cannons. This isn't the machine gun one. This thing even takes on that thing. I take a little bit of damage though. Thankfully, it's to both wings. If you have damage to both wings, it's a lot better than to take damage to just one wing. A plane with a badly damaged wing, just one wing, it's almost impossible to fly with some aircraft as they're modeled in the game. Like the P-51 Mustang, I remember taking that out. It was one of my very first flights with the P-51 in realistic battles. It was against the Japanese. It was mostly a battle against the A6M3s. And I got into head-on after head-on after head-on with that thing. It was just ridiculous. I couldn't believe that the A6M3 pilots would actually go head-on with that thing. And all my damage, like plane after plane, kept hitting my right wing. My right wing eventually got black in the damage indicator model that you see on the left-hand side. My left engine, or my left wing, was perfectly fine. I could not turn for the life of me. It was just impossible. I bet I spent 25 minutes trying to just maneuver with that plane. Try to keep it up and go after anybody who I could come across. Unfortunately, its maneuverability was completely compromised, and I just ended up crashing. And here, you see, this is where I realized that my game recording software had quit working on me earlier. Yeah. I really prefer the live video over the replay file. I mean, the reason I came all the way over here is to check that runway. I want to see if the last guy that was left was over there repairing, or if he was just sitting on the runway using the AAA as a defense. But he wasn't there. Meanwhile, this A6M3, I don't know if you just saw him there on my left. This guy followed me all over the map. This guy was amazing. I've flown quite a few realistic battles here lately, and nobody seems to stick with anybody. But this guy stuck right to my side, like, for the rest of the entire match. He always followed me around, even when I go back to repair. He ends up following me back to the base and just protecting me, just in case that last guy who's alive decides to stray off the runway. I'd be buying this dude a beer right about now if this were real life, because nobody seems to protect anybody, or at least that's how it feels sometimes. Every now and again you'll get help. I got help on a video that I'm gonna upload here pretty soon. I was flying against the Germans. And here I've already repaired, and this is actually the end of the match. You see the P-47, which is the last guy alive. He crashes. I have no idea where he was. We flew all over this map looking for this guy. I don't know if he was up high or if he ran out of fuel and just crashed. Whatever the case, I'm glad the guy finally crashed. I hate it when people drag these matches out so long. I think it was 3-on-1 at one point. We had another teammate there for a little while, but he ended up getting shut down by the enemy base AAA because he apparently felt like shooting at AAA. I don't know why. Anyway, as you can see, 4 kills with a premium plane ends up getting you over 100,000 lions and quite a bit of research points. That alone is reason enough to get this plane, even if you aren't able to get it in the Summertime Madness event. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment in the section below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Take care guys.